I don't know whether it's the same with you, Andrew, but it's exhausting pretending to be nice all the time. Because, oh my God, like, Andrew's the nicest man, Tom's the nice man. It's just, how are you getting through it? Because I'm sick of talking to these idiots online.
To be honest, Tom, I just go home and I put pictures off Twitter and I put them on the pillow of all the people that say nice comments, and then I just punch the pillow dead hard.
Mate, that's a great idea, because I see it, like you do those Twitch streams on a Monday and everyone's like, oh, Andrew, mate, it would do my head in. It does my head in enough going, oh, can I ring you on Love You by Friday? Yeah, wait. Oh, hang on. Are you, we're recording. Oh, hi. Hey, Owen, now whatever you do, mate, when you edit this, make sure you cut that bit out, good sir. That would be great. Hey, look at this. It's Tom and Andrew.
Hello.
First time ever.
Woo.
Paradigms of Virtue. Andrew, you've been doing a lovely job on the news, BTW.
Thank you. It's because I've been watching the man himself. I've been watching you, the master of the news himself, you see.
Stop it. We are far too nice. Here's the wrestling news. Goldberg calls out Roman Reigns for a WWE match. We have details on plans for Sting to wrestle in AEW, and which tag team rejected an offer before being released by WWE. We'll get to that in a bit. First up, Andrew, some pretty breaking news as we watch the wrestling wires turning today. So we mentioned in the news earlier on today about potential opponents for Roman Reigns. Now, one of those was what really felt like an in case of emergency break glass opponent. Well, I think they've broken the glass already. What's happened on the bump, Andrew?
It seems as though our my big other father, my big bald other father, Mr. Goldberg, Mr. Billiam Goldberg, has called out Roman Reigns for a title match. Oh no, come on.
This is unreal. Like, it looks as if we might be even going there. Bill Goldberg on the bump just in the last hour or so was chatting away on the bump. I've got the quote from Bill. Do you want to hear what Bill said?
Oh, yes, please. Go on, tell me.
Shall we hear word verbatim what Billy Boy said on the bump just now? I would say this is one of the most mild understatements that I've ever heard. He backed out on me at WrestleMania. He stole my move, God knows how long ago, and he continues to perform it at a subpar level. Let's be perfectly honest. I'm the dude that delivers the spear. Goldberg is, not me. And I don't think that he understands what it's like until I deliver one to him. So, Roman, it's coming, and I'm coming for you. I may be old, I may be grey, but I'm still Goldberg. That's a threat, if ever there was one. Andrew, your thoughts on a potential showdown between Romulus Reigns and your dad?
Well, to be fair, I'm not very excited about it. I do have to say that. It's not something that I'm looking forward to, because I feel like whenever Goldberg comes back, he never really wants to put anyone over, does he? Really? No.
Well, it's because he's a hero to all the kids.
That's
so he
true.
has to defeat evil. We're gonna get rammed here, because obviously on Wednesday night, this past Wednesday, just a week ago, we saw the return of Sting, a triumphant return to AEW for Sting, and there are going to be people online that are going to draw comparisons for reactions, like why we were so excited about Sting turning up in AEW, why we're upset about Goldberg, a similar level legend, turning up in WWE. Andrew, why is the vibe so different about a Goldberg return as opposed to a Sting one?
I mean, well, we haven't seen Sting in a long time. That's one. And every time we see Goldberg come back to WWE, it seems to just be the same thing over and over again. Someone drops the title to him, he holds the title for a little while, someone takes it off him, rinse, repeat, like, constantly. There's no real builds. Also, the matches aren't fantastic really either, are they, with him? Like, it feels like he personally, it feels like he should just nicely, just quietly go to the farm and look after the animals and the cows and milk the cows instead of spearing Roman Reigns. Just
instead of spearing the cows.
Go and do that instead. Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't seen what Sting's done in AEW, and of course, if Sting turns up and in 3 minutes beats Darby Allin with a Scorpion Death Drop, then we're going to have some real conversations about it, but there's going to be comparisons drawn today. Incidentally, an AEW star has opened up about their interaction with Goldberg. The artist formerly known as Rusev, now known as Miro, responded to a clip that was posted on Twitter of him getting a beautiful jackhammer from Andrew's dad back in 2016. What did Miro say following seeing this tweet online, Andrew?
It looks as though Miro was like, Miro said he was brought into Vince McMahon's office, and Vince McMahon said to him, "I will owe you one." And he also tweeted, "Fun fact, before this segment, I got called into the office, and Vince said, 'I will owe you one.'" And
wow,
was he? Did he ever get that one? Perchance?
I mean, it depends what the one was.
Yeah.
If the one was one release from your contract, he got that.
He got it indeed. He did.
He very much got that. Did Miro? Yeah, some sore memories from. And this is why I think we look at Sting and Goldberg in different ways. And I keep saying, because there'll be comparisons drawn to both today. But it's because Goldberg does have a history of coming in and just beating up nice people, to be honest with you. Talking of the man called Sting, plans for him in AEW have been speculated left, right, and centre since he turned up and the snow started falling in the middle of Florida. Like, wow, what a power is that? Andrew, Sports Illustrated made some comments regarding Sting, didn't they?
They did indeed. So Sports Illustrated said, even with his advanced age, there are plans for Sting to eventually enter the ring in AEW. Exciting stuff. That does not mean Sting will wrestle weekly on Dynamite. The goal for AEW is to leverage Sting's star power. The possibility exists for cinematic matches, tag matches, and carefully designed spots that allow Sting to shine while also building those around him into even bigger stars. That's really exciting.
Quite exciting.
It
Now,
is.
is there a particular scenario you would like to see with Sting? I think when we all say that out loud, we say Darby Allin, but I'm going to throw this at you as well. I've seen this online. I'm sorry, I can't remember the numerous people that have suggested it, but the idea of a cinematic match that sees Matt Hardy throw Sting into the Lake of Reincarnation, and then he can come back as Beach Sting, Joker Sting, NWO Sting, Sting from that episode in Thunder in Paradise, but that counts as a different Sting, and then end up coming out as Crow Sting. Like that, I just like the potential idea of them having some fun with Sting's legacy. Is there anything that you would like to see that might be a bit off the beaten track, Andrew?
To be fair, I think you've just said it right there. Like, I didn't even think about that before, and I don't know why my mind didn't go towards that. But that would be incredible. We've obviously seen Matt Hardy do incredible things with cinematic-style matches in AEW, but then to add Sting in there as well, oh my goodness. The possibilities, endless.
They really are, mate. And again, like, you'll notice a shift in tone when we talk about Goldberg's return to Sting's return. And as I said, I genuinely stand by this. If I'm grading something where Sting comes up and pins somebody within 3 seconds of the Scorpion Death Drop, if he beats Darby Allin within 3 seconds of the Death Drop, it's getting an F in graded. I'm just saying, like, we will treat it with... There is the excitement there. Because, you know what? There's nothing wrong, is there, Andrew, with wrestling fans being excited about stuff?
It feels like we've been... We don't seem to get as excited, do we, these days? We seem to get more deflated than excited over anything. So like I said, the possibilities genuinely just seem endless at the moment. So I'm very, very excited to see what happens with this.
WWE put out a tweet where they are looking for rare memorabilia. They are on a quest, to quote WWE, to find lost but not forgotten wrestling gold. It's time to unearth your collection of prized wrestling possessions. Email memorabilia@wwecorp.com with a photo and tell us about your memorabilia. The rarer the treasure, the better the story. Is there anything in your cupboards, Andrew? You're only a young man. I don't suppose you have any young boy with 12 eyes. The letter I, not eyes on your head. Yeah, that'd be weird. That's a weird image. That's some deviant art stuff coming up in a few weeks' time. But is there anything that you've got wrestling-wise that may not have any full value, but has a little place in your heart? I can think of one thing at your desk. If you don't say it.
I have a few. I think the one for me would be I have a T-shirt from my first ever WWE show that I went to, which was it must have been like 2004, maybe a bit before then as well. It was a WWE Summer Bash, the first ever live house show that I ever went to. And it was incredible. Got to see Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero go at it. Got to see, what was it? It was John Cena, JBL, and Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. And who was there? In my other big baldy dad, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin doing special guest referee. So I think that's fine.
That's a massive night, that is.
It was a pretty mint night. It was really good. I think we had Hardcore Holly in there, and who was it? Maybe Chavo.
Oh, you got Hardcore Holly there?
Yeah, it was mental. That was the highlight. What about yourself, Tom?
Seeing Holly was really incredible. For me, I've got it's back at my mum and dad's house. I've got a ticket. Still in a drawer somewhere that when I went to one of my first wrestling shows, and it was somewhere that my mum and dad took me. It was a WWF house show in Birmingham back in, I want to say, the early 90s, probably the early. I had no idea we were going until we got there, and it was a surprise.
Oh, that's cool.
I wish I remembered more of the night. Apparently, it was headlined by Brett versus Shawn for the Intercontinental title.
What?
I'm so sad that I don't remember. I remember having a big Boss Man baseball cap that I threw up in the air several times. That's all I remember about the day. But stuff like that has almost no value to anyone else, but has special value to us. WWE are on the lookout for it. Now, Andrew, there's some people out there who aren't like us and keep these treasured things. They like to hawk them online.
Oh.
So we're going to play a game of WWE Memorabilia, higher or lower.
Okay. I like this.
So I'm going to give you a piece of memorabilia that is currently available via eBay. Other auction sites are probably available, and you got to tell me whether it's higher or lower than the other one. We will start off. Your first one is a WWF Shane McMahon WrestleMania $32 bill.
Oh,
one of the custom Shane McMahon WrestleMania $32 bill. So that is currently priced at £9 on eBay.
Okay.
Higher or lower, a face mask modelled on World of Sport Wrestling star Kendo Nagasaki. Higher or lower?
I don't want to say lower, but I'm gonna say lower.
You're gonna say lower. It is actually higher. £15.
Woo! Woo! No way.
I know. Higher or lower, a WWF Bushwhackers T-shirt in medium. No longer available.
Get it up there.
Luke and Butch on the front going, woo. And that is indeed higher.
Yeah.
At £150 if you want a Bushwhackers T-shirt.
Worth it. Worth every
Luke's
penny.
on Twitter, by the way. Ask him how he's doing. And finally, I don't know whether the Great One has ever utilised this for an ollie or even an indie nose bone, but a WWF Attitude Era rock adult vintage skateboard. A skateboard modelled on the Great One, The Rock. Higher or lower than a Bushwhackers T-shirt?
Oh, it's gotta be higher. Does it though? I used to have like a SmackDown skateboard back in the day. That might be worth, yeah. It might be worth like £1 million or something now. But I'm gonna, I'm gonna higher.
It is indeed higher again.
Yes.
$249.99 for that bad boy. If you're willing to part with some gold for it, you get yourself a rock vintage skateboard.
I'm down for that.
When it comes to your SmackDown skateboard, I know you've played Tom Hanks' Pro Skater.
Yes.
And the like, but what's the best trick you can do on your SmackDown skateboard?
I can actually. No one's gonna believe me because look at me. I'm a nerd. Look at me. I can do a kickflip. I can do a kickflip on a skateboard, and that's about all I can do. This is the wrestling news everybody wants. Breaking news, Andrew can kickflip on his skateboard, on his SmackDown skateboard, so it is tied to the news. It's tied to wrestling, guys, it's fine.
SmackDown skateboard indie kickflip. That's fine. And finally, for a Wednesday or more, a tag team that was released by WWE. Apparently, were offered a little something before they were cut away. A little bit off the beaten track, this one. Andrew, what have we got?
So we got some quotes from big old Gallows and Anderson themselves. So this is from the Cut Pro Wrestling podcast. And shortly before Gallows and Anderson were released, they were approached by WWE, who offered them a role as podcast hosts. And in the podcast, Gallows says, WWE came to us and said they were going to have a podcast network. And we want to have Corey Graves and you guys. And we were like, it's not the same. Besides us not liking the business offer on it, it's not the same. It's not Token Shop without Rocky Romero. So we declined the offer. We said, let's just do it and see if it catches on. He goes on to say, fast forward 4 weeks later, and we are out of WWE. And now this thing takes on a life of its own. And now we're doing our second pay-per-view in over a few months' span. It's been pretty damn cool.
Ooh. You can't imagine WWE running the Talking Shop podcast with all the swearing taken out. It'd just be very watered. I'm relieved it went that way, because not only did we get an amazing podcast out of it where it's just three mates shooting the breeze, but we got two wonderful pay-per-views out of it as well.
Exactly. It's been fantastic. And I mean, WWE's lost, to be fair, because those guys, they've been around the world, they've done so much, they've got so many stories to tell and everything. So, yeah, WWE's lost on that one.
My favourite thing that WWE got Gallows and Anderson to do away from wrestling was on the network, where they said, we've had this idea, right? We're going to do a clip show of all the times where wrestlers have fallen over, and we're going to call it Botch Club. Matthew Gregg enters the chat. I've talked to Math about that, and I said that must be a great compliment to what you do. I think his response was, "God no," or words to that effect.
Oh, he'll be sending that letter through Vince McMahon's door, will our Matthew?
Vince, how you doing, pal? Just got to hand you this letter. Woof woof moo moo, don't be a diddler, don't do Botch Club. It's like he's in the room. Before we head off, Andrew, who had his Twitch stream on Monday, another one back next week, but we've got to talk about the toast list.
Yes, there is.
This is the wrestling world has been talking about. Andrew, what are you doing?
So, it's official. On the 21st of December, we are doing Cultaholic's first ever ranking every toast spread from worst to best. That's right. We went to Big Tesco. We got £60 worth of spread, all different kinds. We're gonna put toppings on stuff that you've never seen before. It's gonna blow your mind. Did I get some whiskey in as well for this stream? You'll have to find out. Is the toast going in the whiskey? You'll have to find out.
Is Andrew going in the whiskey? More than likely,
without a doubt.
Although all joking aside, if Nutella's not in the top 10, you're in trouble, pal.
Nutella's in there, but whether it's in the top 10 or not remains to be seen, Thomas.
Yeah, I can't reach you through the internet. But, I got right to the moon, I swear.
No.
Love you, bye.